Hey guys, Cool Blind Way back. I'm Rick.
I'm Maggie.
We're back with Fruits Basket. Last time on,
We had Hiro confess to Haru and
Kisa.
about what he's seen and how Akito's a woman-hating person. And we had Dark Haru, or Haru under control but very angry, go up to Akito and call him out for it.
Her.
Well, not according to Haru. Haru doesn't know that yet.
That's true. Yeah, and his strands started to fray
Yep.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Rin is going home. So her and Haru's together, but Akito did threaten to blind Haru if Rin left the sanctuary of the cat.
Well, you know what? I think now that Haru's got Rin, he's not got any need to go back to Akito.
I hope so, but Rin still has the thread. And so does Haru, at least for now.
I feel like the more they cling together, possibly, and especially keep each other away from Akito, maybe more fraying happens.
I hope so. Let's find out! It's too much!
I'm so glad. Let's rank everybody on their most lovability. I think Haru's next.
You think? But Dark Haru, you always forget.
Will he even exist after the...
I don't know.
I mean, he's got Rin now. Like, he's home.
We'll see. But, it's so good. I remember Momiji's backstory just getting to me the most way back in season 1. And he's finally free. So great. They're probably all going to get free this season.
You think they'll continue to be like, I won't tell anybody until they're all like standing in a room together and like total strangers like, so is there anybody that still is bonds?
They all sensed something was different.
Yeah.
Even though they couldn't put a finger on it. Or give it a name. But they realized it was something.
They're giving Kyo all the clues.
And Shigure figured it out with Kurno before. So
Suspected it.
he'll probably figure it out with Momiji as well. At the very least.
Yeah.
I figure Shigure will be the last.
I don't know if Shigure's will necessarily break. Do you think that's maybe the, like, if he's the only one that actually, like, loves her?
Dogs are the most loyal.
Maybe once it's just the two of them, when it's just them, maybe that'll, like, solve the curse or something.
It's weird. Dogs are the most loyal. But when someone cheats on someone else, you call them a dog. I don't understand.
Just because... No. It's because when dogs are horny, they stop at nothing and, like...
But they're also the animal that you correlate with loyalty.
Yeah, with men, not against their own breed.
I find flaws.
You're dealing with separate species here. There's rules.
They're separate species. He's a dog.
He's possessed by a dog.
It's true. No, I think his has to break, and then he has to choose to stay with her, or choose to want her still.
Will still actually want her, unlike Kurno that doesn't actually want her, but does it out of pity.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it won't mean nearly as much as if the thread doesn't break.
Yeah. It's they're gonna have to, if Kyo, it makes more sense for Shigure to be like the last one, but I don't see Kyo coming anytime fast either, though. I feel like they're dropping all of these hints because Kyo's is basically the highest mountain to climb, because since he's been pushed away, he's trying to get to that point even harder. He's trying to connect even harder just because he's been pushed away and shunned so much.
I mean, I feel like of all of them, Rin has been struggling to break it the most.
The mother?
Rin
Yeah.
has been struggling to break it the most, and hers hasn't broken.
Yeah, I don't know if, like, no, when Momiji was talking, he did mention, like, all of the connections were broken, even the ones between the other Zodiac members.
Kurno said something similar.
Is it... I'm a little worried that, like, they're going to... like... worry that if they unconsciously, like, them still, like, trying to connect to each other is going to keep their threads alive or something like that, just because... I don't know. It's kind of like, if it's good right now, why change it, sort of thing. If they're happy right now, are they okay?
Maybe.
But
maybe they just have to find that in general, and that's what breaks it. I have no idea what broke Kurno's. I don't really know what broke Momiji's either. We haven't seen him in a little bit. He had a heck of a growth spurt.
I think just, like... oh... It's like the fact that they have, like, older Zodiac members. I keep wondering, like, what process that makes them still connected to Akito so much. Because I feel like just the process of growing up and being in love with each other is slowly going to definitely break Rin's and Haru's.
Maybe, but not Hatsuharu. Hattori was also in love.
Yeah, that's why, like, I don't understand about the older ones. It's like, are they still, like, are they cast in so much, like, of a father role in their own minds, kind of, that they would feel too guilty leaving this small child? They still see her like that? I mean, I could definitely see Hattori casting himself as a father, sort of.
I mean, my first thought would be it's because of Tohru's influence, but Kurno's broke before he even met Tohru.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just a thing of they have to be strong enough to stand on their own, so, like, they don't have to be walked by the puppet master.
But that doesn't bode well, because, like, Rin needs carried. Like, when you say walk on your own, like, you just survive without all those, like, instant unconditional connections.
Maybe.
But because it feels like their whole process up to this point has been forming connections with people.
Well, kind of, but before Tohru, like, sure, there were some connections there, but Yuki wasn't really connected with anyone. Haru a little, but he was just kind of off on his own. Kyo was definitely not connected to anyone except Sensei.
Well, you say that, but he also was, like, apparently hung out with the rest of the Zodiac kids a lot in school and such, remember? I mean, I doubt he actually felt a connection.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I agree. There's...
Interesting that Momiji also in love with Tohru, but realizes that Tohru's happier with Kyo and wants that for her.
I mean, but I truly believe that, like, if Kyo doesn't move on the ball, Momiji's like, hey, I can make her happy.
I suppose, but I think if he had felt that way completely, he just wouldn't have said anything to Kyo. He wouldn't have warned him. You know?
Takes Tohru's wants into consideration, I guess.
Yeah.
I just want Momiji to get his sister.
I know. Hopefully.
Get there.
Almost assuredly.
Oh, come on. Like, what possible... Like, all he has to do is freaking hug some female person around his dad and prove, like, hey, nothing's happening. I'm fixed.
Yeah, but what...
Let's go on vacation together.
But what's that gonna be like? Like, what do you tell the mom?
I don't know. Maybe Hattori can do his mind thing again.
Maybe. I feel like she would be so guilty if she realized that she had this child that she didn't care for or love for all this time. That was right there.
people go through this in real life too, where they have lost basically a childhood of one of their children, and they don't realize it and understand. And at the time, they were just too messed up to be able to do all that sort of stuff. But when they're a lot older and they understand, like when the kid's kind of grown up, they're like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I can't change the past, but I want to be there for you as much as you want me to be," basically.
Hopefully that happens with all their parents. Yuki's parents, Yuki's mom. We've never seen Yuki's dad, I don't think. And Yuki was gonna tell, Machi about the curse.
I think so.
I think his will be the next to break.
It makes sense.
Although the rat is supposed to have like the most special relationship, but
Most special.
I wonder if him telling Machi about it will break it.
I mean, the rat and the ox also have a very like close relationship.
Yeah.
Do you think once the ox breaks, the rat will be like, "Well, there's no one to carry me now"?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe Hattori. Like Yuki, I feel like is one of the main characters. So I kind of feel like his would be one of the last to break. But maybe not. He's certainly grown the most. Maybe his does break next.
I know that they obviously, can't tell the rest of them because it would probably shorten the series up considerably. But like, it does confuse me on how Momiji can like keep that a secret for Akito's sake.
I think,
especially like considering like Kisa and Hiro.
I can think of a few reasons. Momiji did not know it was possible, and it happened. So what if telling them makes it not possible? Like, he has no idea how it happened, so he has to control the variables that he does know. And one of the ones that he does know is that he did not know that it could happen, but it did. So maybe him telling others puts that in jeopardy. That could be a possibility.
That seems like a very thin excuse.
Also, as far as just selfishness goes, he already feels a loss of that, not inevitable, but unconditional connection with all of them. Telling them about it widens the gap even further, because now there's like a jealousy factor there, or a resentment. So I could see him not wanting to say anything because of that too.
I mean, yeah, but those are all selfish reasons.
The second one's selfish. The first one isn't.
But like, does that strike you as something Momiji would do?
I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of why he wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the reasons are whatever reason it is. Like
the other thing could be he's tempering Akito's wrath, because Akito can still hurt the rest of them. So by saying that I won't do it, now he could maybe hold that over Akito in the future.
But the problem is, every time I see Zodiac members actually sharing information that Akito might not want them to tell and stuff, I see good things happen. Hiro finally confesses that the reasons behind Kisa getting hurt and Rin getting hurt. And all of a sudden we see Haru's lines start snapping slightly. It's like...
Well, we saw that, but we don't know if he's aware of it. And also, that's a very recent thing. Like, before the series, anytime any of them stepped out of line, they were pushed out of windows, they were hit, beaten, locked in rooms.
And anytime something happens, Akito's all about controlling the flow of information. He's like, "Oh, where did you hear that from? Oh, that was a lie," and such. Akito's all about controlling information, which makes me think that the best way to work against the Akito is to share the information.
Yes, but like what could easily happen here with well, not here, but with Haru, like clearly he would have gotten that information from Hiro, because Hiro's the only one that saw it, unless it was from Rin. So Akito could easily punish one of them because he realized that they said something. So yeah, I think it's a tricky line to walk.
Akito freaking slugged this little tiny girl. It's like, geez, guys, at some point.
But none of them are aware that the bond can be broken, is the thing.
But if they shared information.
But they still don't know how. Like, I don't think it's as easy as you're making it out to be.
I'm just saying, it's like, whatever Akito's trying to control the most, aka information, the flow of, that's what's working to break bonds. Is people being honest with their feelings and, talking to each other.
Maybe. I think Yuki should just summon a bunch of rats and, like, steal that present box away.
You mean the ashes of Akito's father?
Yes. Who we saw here for the first time.
No,
I think that was him.
We saw him before.
Did we?
Yeah.
Like the silver hair.
Yep.
Like Ayume, kind of. Mm-hmm. Like, most of them don't look like each other, but Rin looks like Rin. And from what little we saw of Akito's father, kind of looks like Ayume.
Well, I mean, you mentioned it before. It's like, are they all basically cousins? They're certainly not kissing cousins.
Yeah, it's apparently a pretty, like, vast family, so...
We hope.
Not so much.
We hope. But still, that's a large family that you have to, like, keep track of, like, what babies are being born, and all across the family. It's like, oh, yeah, you're having a child this time? Why don't you come to the main house? just to make sure it's okay. It's like, why for this child, not the others I had before? It's like...
Yeah, I wonder...
You're older, like...
I guess Akito would feel the connection, probably be able to seek them out, but I wonder if, like... Because none of them know about the zodiac curse other than those that are involved in it. So, like, if you gave birth...
I'm the freaking housekeeper of death and evil.
If you gave birth to the seahorse, like, you just had no idea what was going on, you just kept it a secret. I wonder how long it would take them to discover it. But I guess Akito would be able to sniff it out.
Oh, yeah.
So, he also doesn't, from what we've seen, really interact with many other members of the Soma family that's not the Zodiac members, but...
And the Zodiac members themselves are drawn to Akito.
We did see him at the one dinner, or her at the one dinner, right? With Shigure's family? Was it Shigure's parents?
Shigure's parents were there.
Yeah. And Akito was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a Soma family do.
I'm so glad Momiji's curse is broken.
It's just interesting. They were like, in the beginning, they were just setting up like Ayame, Mine, Hattori.
Mm-hmm.
The girl at the bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very sad. I forgot her name. Homeroom lady.
It starts
Yuki
with an
and
M,
Machi.
I think.
Yeah, I could go back in my notes and find it. I forget. They had a cool name for her, though. Like Supermaster or something cool. Anything else?
No, we're getting what we wanted. Hopefully we continue to get more.
Yeah.
Everything is happy.
How many episodes do we have? How many members of Zodiac are we going to get? One every episode.
Very little of Tohru, I feel like. She's very much been a background character.
So much work.
Sure. It's just, yeah, like all of her reaping is now...
No, the fruits of her labors.
Yes, are blooming.
Fruits basket.
That's true.
That's the...
Thank you guys for watching our reaction to Fruits Basket. There's more over at patreon.com/blindwave. Not only can you see the next 4 episodes of our reactions over there. You can also watch along with us in full length. You would need your own footage. You can watch it over at Funimation, where we do. Thanks, guys, and I hope to see you next time. Be sure to subscribe. Goodbye.
Goodbye.